Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're trying to keep up with, well, the fire hose of information coming out of the AI world, the landscape isn't just changing, it's exploding, reshaping itself daily. And not just with the tech, but in how companies are structured and even how we interact with it personally. So today we're going to undertake a deep dive that's really custom tailored for you, the learner, to try and make some sense of all the chaos. Our mission is to analyze, I think, three major vectors of change. We'll start with this big push toward hyper-personalized AI. Then we'll dissect the radical corporate restructuring happening over at Microsoft. And finally, we'll move from those huge shifts to some specific actionable tools and market signals you need to know about right now.
That's right. When we look at all the source material for this week, there are three um, undeniable forces driving the news. First, this move toward really sticky, user-centric experiences. They're designed to increase engagement, often using deep data memory. Second, the urgent need for corporate adaptation. AI isn't just some new product line anymore. It's a mandate to completely redesign global corporations from the ground up. And third, you just see this relentless expansion of AI infrastructure and funding into these high-value niche sectors. We're really just analyzing adaptation at every single scale.
Okay, let's start at that personal scale then, because this first update it feels surprisingly familiar. I mean, we've all seen our personalized annual reviews, right?
Yeah.
Spotify Wrapped, Apple's photo memories, all of that. And now ChatGPT is jumping into that game with Your Year with ChatGPT.
Right. It's basically a personalized annual review of your entire interaction history with the chatbot. And it's extremely effective marketing. It leverages that consumer appeal of, personal data reflection. The feature gives you a whole retrospective. It has custom graphics, fun awards, and it will even generate a customized poem based on the topics you queried most often.
It sounds like they're trying to make the AI feel less like a clinical tool and more like a collaborator who knows you.
Exactly. Knows you intimately. The intent is really clear.
But the fine print on who's eligible for this is actually the most insightful part, isn't it? Because it's not for everyone.
Precisely. It's only available in a few markets right now, the US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. But the key constraint is technical. To even qualify, you have to have the reference saved memories and reference chat history options explicitly turned on.
Ah, so you have to opt into the memory features.
You have to opt in, and you need to meet a pretty significant conversation activity threshold.
Hmm.
And that tells you the so what of all this. This whole feature is really a proof of concept for their long-term memory functions.
Okay, so it's not just a gimmick.
Not at all. They aren't just summarizing chats. They are validating the AI's ability to synthesize years of context, your projects, your anxieties, your learning patterns, into a coherent, reflective story. That personalized poem isn't just whimsical. It demonstrates that the AI can generate complex emotional output based on that deeply embedded user data.
So it's about building trust.
Yes, it's a mechanism for increasing user trust in the AI's understanding of them.
But I have to ask, for the informed user, isn't this kind of a distraction? We want better reasoning, better code, more utility. Are resources being spent on custom graphics and poems just to trick us into deeper engagement, or is there a real functional benefit here?
That's a crucial question. The functional benefit is retention, yes, but it's also about proving the value of that deep data integration. I mean, think about the implications for customer service or B2B applications where the AI needs instant recall of a multi-year relationship.
Right, where context is everything.
Exactly. If the system can generate a compelling narrative reflection on your usage, it proves the integrity of its long-term memory. It shifts the AI from a simple query tool to an indispensable personal digital record keeper. And that stickiness, that is a massive competitive advantage.
That reframes the entire feature. It's a strategic showcase for memory, not just a feel-good summary. Okay, let's pivot from that personal data reflection to the immense corporate reorganization happening at Microsoft. Satya Nadella has called AI both an existential threat and this once-in-a-generation opportunity. And the sources show he's putting the entire company through a radical transformation to meet that moment. And this isn't just a memo about using Copilot more often. This is a full-scale dismantling and reassembling of departments.
Oh, absolutely. Power is being heavily consolidated around AI leaders, and there is a mandate for every team to operate faster and leaner.
It sounds less like optimization and more like, I don't know, combat readiness.
The intensity is undeniable. And what's fascinating is the sheer velocity of the changes. You see these big strategic shifts, like appointing a new CEO just for Microsoft's commercial business.
And their whole job is leveraging AI to drive revenue with enterprise clients.
Exactly. But maybe the most significant change is how they're institutionalizing speed. They've started this new mandatory weekly AI accelerator meeting.
Tell us more about that. What does a structural change like an accelerator meeting actually achieve inside a company that big?
It creates a forcing function. This isn't just a status update. It's a high-pressure focus session designed to shorten development cycles from months down to weeks. It's where big decisions on resource allocation, on partnerships, on product integration are made rapidly, bypassing all the traditional bureaucracy.
So it's about eliminating any internal drag.
Any drag at all that would prevent them from integrating the latest AI advancements into their products immediately. And, the cultural overhaul is just as important as the structural one. They're actively encouraging lower-level tech employees to bring their innovative AI ideas directly to the table.
So breaking down those traditional silos.
Completely. They're betting that the really disruptive ideas will come from the engineers on the ground, not just from the executives.
But doesn't this pace, this forced speed and consolidation of power carry a massive risk? Is Nadella risking strategic missteps or maybe even cultural burnout?
That is the inherent risk, yes. But for legacy tech companies facing this kind of disruption, the risk of moving too slowly is seen as far greater than the risk of moving too fast. What we're seeing is Microsoft fundamentally changing its business model.
From what to what?
Well, they're shifting from a model based on cyclical product launches, like a new Windows or Office suite, to one based on continuous AI infusion and subscription services. And this is why it matters to you if you're tracking business trends. This blueprint, rapid consolidation, mandates for speed, and radical empowerment for AI pioneers, this is the model that other legacy giants will be forced to follow to survive.
So this is the new playbook for big tech.
It's the playbook for any big company, be it in finance, manufacturing, whatever. It's urgent restructuring aimed at capital efficiency and competitive resilience.
They're effectively building a perpetual motion machine for rapid integration that makes these next market signals we're seeing even more critical. Let's talk creativity first. YouTube Gaming just rolled out the Playables Builder. It's a prototype web app for select creators. And the function is, it's mind-bogglingly simple. It lets creators make bite-sized playable games with just short text, video, or image prompts.
This is a perfect example of tech reducing the barrier to entry to zero. This tool is powered by Gemini 3, which shows its multimodal capabilities. A creator doesn't need to code or design assets or understand game engines.
They can just describe an idea.
They can describe an idea, like a Rudder game where a grumpy cat chases a laser pointer through a kitchen. And Gemini 3 just converts that into a working, shareable, playable experience instantly. It's a total democratization of game creation.
Next, we see Alphabet making a massive, almost $5 billion infrastructure play. And at first glance, it doesn't even seem like an AI story.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture of AI scalability, it's absolutely an AI story. Alphabet buying Intersect Power for about $4.75 billion isn't a green investment. It's a compute security investment.
Meaning they need the power for the data centers?
Staggering amounts of it. Training and running models like Gemini 3 requires so much consistent, reliable power. We are talking about data centers consuming the energy of small cities.
So is $4.75 billion even enough to power a global AI footprint, or is this just a down payment?
It is absolutely a down payment. This acquisition is about securing direct, consistent access to clean energy. It lets them bypass the volatile energy grid and ensure their data centers can scale without interruption.
It's about operational resilience.
Exactly. The huge capital spend signals that securing the basics power and cooling is now the top infrastructure priority.
We also saw some key funding this week that reflects where venture capital is placing its bets on efficiency. SafeBooks AI raised $15 million. That's aimed squarely at automating accounting and core financial operations. A huge vote of confidence in replacing those repetitive workflows.
And maintaining a measured pace here in the medical sector, A2Z Radiology AI raised $4.5 million. Their focus is on expanding AI tools for medical imaging workflows. That's a high-cost, high-stakes area where speed and accuracy from automation can directly impact patient outcomes.
That transitions us perfectly. We've gone from the macro corporate upheaval and billions in acquisitions to the highly specific. So let's look at the actionable tools you can use right now.
This segment is all about curated finds for the learner looking for an immediate efficiency gain. These tools are getting traction because they solve very specific workflow bottlenecks.
Okay, for students or lifelong learners, first up is LearnFlex. If you're tired of manually summarizing notes, LearnFlex takes your study material and automatically converts it into interactive flashcards, quizzes, and practice tests.
For professionals who need to host communications, there's HQ0. Its unique value is control and branding. It lets you host fully branded video meetings right from your own domain.
So a white-labeled experience?
Exactly. It keeps the focus entirely on your content, not some third-party platform.
Developers and power users who struggle with prompt engineering should check out Vibe Code Prompts. It transforms your high-level abstract ideas into explicit, production-ready prompts for LLMs.
In e-commerce, Remake Pick is a specialized tool that transforms product images into unique, marketplace-compliant photos. It's all about speed and testing hundreds of visual iterations without expensive photo shoots.
And for social media managers juggling a million tasks, there's Flick. It helps you plan, write, schedule, and analyze all your social media content in one unified place.
For content creators trying to capture search traffic, WriteSonic is essential. It's designed not just to write, but to write what the market is actively searching for, using real-time trends and keyword intelligence.
And finally, for anyone facing a presentation deadline, there's Typeset. This is a massive time saver. It turns plain text into polished, visually compelling designs using AI. It handles all the formatting so you can just focus on your message. We have covered so much ground today. We saw the strategic move to personalized data reflection with ChatGPT, that dramatic corporate retooling at Microsoft, and then all the diverse applications appearing everywhere. So what does this all mean when you connect the threads?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the key thread remains rapid adaptation. That's a primary requirement for survival and growth now. The market demands total flexibility. Whether it's a trillion-dollar company like Microsoft adapting its structure in weeks, or a creator instantly generating a game from a text prompt, the speed of change is the only constant.
So the ones who adapt quickest will gain the advantage.
A significant advantage. And this raises an important question, especially if we tie it back to that ChatGPT year-end review. If an AI is now giving you a data-driven narrative about who you are based on your queries, how will that reflective feedback loop start to shape your identity, your goals, your future behavior? The machine isn't just processing data anymore. It's providing self-reflection, which could potentially steer our future decisions. Something profound to think about.
An incredibly provocative thought for the week. Thank you for joining us for this crucial analysis of the AI ecosystem. If you found this useful, share the knowledge you gained today with a friend or a colleague. See you in the next